Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're going to go through this 1973 FJ55 and go through absolutely everything that is wrong with it and see if it's actually something we're going to build. And if you like this type of stuff, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and share these videos, as it motivates me to keep on buying stuff like this. Cheers! See you in the video. Well, the red and white FJ55 has finally made it to my possession. There is tons of work to be done on this truck. I'm not quite sure that it might even be worth it. So I just want to kind of go through everything that's inside the truck. I haven't actually really dug into a lot of that stuff that came with it. There's a whole bunch of bins of parts. We got a fresh tailgate over there, as well as a fender that's going to go on the front. But yeah, really, she's real rough. Wasn't kind of expecting that, but really excited to have her. Real excited to kind of dig into this project and see where it goes. Here's the fender that came with the truck. Look how thick this Bondo is on this thing. It's kind of crazy. Still a decent fender. I know that you can take these front fenders here and actually cut them and use them as your rear wheel well arch if you turn them around. So depending on what I do, if I can find a better fender, I might do that for the rears on my other FJ55, which is the same color, since this is still solid. Probably the only solid part on that fender. So we're working on the grill on the 55 to go ahead and bend these tabs back to get the grill to fit. Kind of a pain, but it should be going on here shortly. I was able to put another headlight in. These aren't too bad. You have a headlight bucket, a little bolt here, and another one down over here, as well as a spring under here that you need to pull the light tube into the bucket. So my front end is quite a mess, but we're getting it back together. We got the front end all secure here, just coming together nicely. I still need to find some light bezels to go around the lights there, and I think the front end will be somewhat complete. Going into the interior, which is completely roached, finding out something really cool. So these are off my 76, which these little pull bezels for the doors are actually plastic. On the 73 here, these are like somewhat metal. I've never seen that before. I wonder if that is aftermarket or factory to this truck. As you can see here, the front windshield has a giant crack in it. I'm gonna have to address that. Not sure what I'm gonna do just yet. I do have some tricks up my sleeve for finding a 55 glass, so we'll revisit that soon. Needs a side mirror, as you can see. As you can see, we definitely need to do some reupholstery on this seat. I might be able to find another bench seat in the future here, but we're gonna get to that. As you can see, there is a aftermarket ignition switch here. The puck that usually goes here was cut off. So if you can see here, they cut that ignition switch and wired this aftermarket one in. So I think I have another switch somewhere that I'm gonna put that in there to bring that back. I do have the plastic shell that goes around here. I was just pulling that off to mess around with everything under there. We got a giant hole here in the floor, which isn't good. Probably need some of that rubber matting. If you saw in my previous videos on my other 55, I did go ahead and buy a new set of these, or new if you want to call it that, from somebody out on the West Coast. The stick shift seems to be free. Everything seems to be working as it should there. I know the brakes work right now, but the clutch does not want to move. It's just flopping around, so it might need to be bled. Not sure what's going on there yet. Here's an obvious one. The rear tailgate is crunched in. The truck did come with another one, so we'll be putting that on. I'm gonna need some taillight lenses and some other marker light lenses as well. And Don't worry, tailgate sounds awesome. It doesn't need any oil to open. Oh yeah, it's like nails on a chalkboard. The window mechanism and the glass are missing in this truck. I'm gonna have to track all that stuff down. The other tailgate that I got did not come with it, but most of it, other stuff is in there. Just need the mechanism and glass. There's no headliner, but the truck did come with the bows to get a headliner put in. So I just need to find a good upholstery shop to kind of do that for me if I'm gonna go that route. I may not, I have not decided just yet. Missing the rear cargo panels. Gonna have to track some of those down. So if anybody knows where I can get some of those, let me know. All the other panels are intact on the truck. Hood release. I might need some just adjusting, you know. I think it might work soon. See that the roof line has some Bondo here. It looks like it has gotten a new roof at some point. You can see that this cut is right there. They did an okay job, but not really awesome. So that kind of stinks, but it's done. You know, rust on the roof isn't terrible, but you know, definitely need to figure out how to paint over that stuff. Oh, don't worry, it smells like complete varnish in there. Will you not be running any type of gas that comes out of this gas tank? Oh, gross. As you can see, I went ahead and put the fender that came on with this truck on. You can see that this side quarter is definitely crunched in. I think this truck was 100% in an accident at some point. Somebody had pulled that whole side out, so it doesn't bolt up correctly as it should. It probably needs a little bit of more pulling and some hammering, but it is on there. The front grille that came with the truck is the wrong year for this one. You can see that the markers should be cut out here. And if you can see that these lights on the fenders are different, these lights are the lights that are supposed to be on here. These are later 55 from what I understand. So gotta figure out which route I'm gonna go. Probably wanna try to go back to these lights here. Did add another light here. This came off an FJ60, so I did get it to fit on there. I still need the light bezels to go over here. And I gotta figure out what I'm doing with this bumper. This bumper is a piece of work, if you can see. Definitely not the greatest thing there. When I got the truck, the hood was not bolted on, so I was able to find the correct bolts for that. So that's all bolted on and ready to roll. Same with the cowl. I had to bolt those back on, so those are all back to being sturdy because that all was completely taken off. So this is the 1F motor. It is fairly complete from what I can see. It's got all the you know, electrical stuff to get it to go. The one thing that it is missing is the fan here, as well as the pulley for the fan, so I need to track one of those down. Another thing that's missing is obviously a carburetor. I do still have the linkage here for the carburetor, but I'm not really sure what carburetor goes on the 1Fs. I have some 2F carburetors that I might try to go on here. I did go ahead and put a wrench on the pulley down there. It is 100% free, just that it does turn over, so that's exciting. We might try to put a battery on here and see if anything happens, but gotta keep checking out all the other wiring before we do that. So down here, this is an unfortunate occurrence, but there is a ton of garbage down here in the manifold intake. So gotta get all that stuff out of there before we even attempt to try to turn this thing over. Don't want to suck any of that into the motor. So that's number one. It looks like somebody had been into this wiring. If you can see, it is just a mess. It's possible that that was mice, or you know, somebody trying to figure out how to get this thing started, but really not sure. We're gonna go into the other 55. I replaced the ignition switch in here so I have the old one. We're gonna see if I can get that one to work inside the red. Pretty sure these tires are just about to blow. Can't believe they're still holding air. They've probably been on this truck since new. But if I'm gonna drive this anywhere at any point in time in the future, that needs to be taken care of. Nothing like stealing batteries from your other projects. Oh yeah, this thing. Well, let's put a battery on it, see what happens here. I don't see any sign of fire yet. That's positive. Okay. So as you saw, the intake manifold is extremely dirty. It looks like something that was nesting in there. So I want to clean that all out before I go and try to get it started, throw some starting fluid down there, and then put a carburetor on it. But my question to everybody is what carburetor should I go with to try to get this 55 running? I have a 3236 Weber that probably needs a rebuild, but probably could get on there fairly easy. I'm just not really sure how the linkage would work for the 1F motor. I also have a original Aisin carburetor, which was gifted to me from Josh Fisher from the Land Cruiser Tour series. So he did the Holly Sniper switchover and he gifted this to me. So which one should I go with? Leave a comment below on what would be easier for me to get this thing going. I know that there's some power cords and a whole bunch of vacuum stuff. I don't know where that stuff gets hooked up in the 55. So any help you could give to me in the comments below would be huge. Really hopeful that these wing windows would be awesome and work perfectly, but as you can see, this one is broken. So I really wanted to put those in my blue FJ55, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna actually get to that. I'd rather have something that is working. Maybe if I can find already painted blue and white doors for it, that'd probably be easier. So you gotta love the side dump exhaust here. It is fully connected all the way up to the manifold, but the main thing is I wanna know where they can get these exhaust hangers. Is that like an AutoZone thing or a Napa or like eBay? So as you can see, this truck is a complete basket case. There's so much stuff to do. I think that if I got the motor running and I could actually get it to move a little bit, it'd be encouragement to keep the project going. But I'm really not sure what route I should go right now. You know, comment below what you think. Do you think this is worth just getting around to beat around in some back roads for a little bit, or should I just sell it for parts? You know, let me know in the comments below because I'm really not sure what to do at this point. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you like this type of content, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and share these videos, as it keeps me motivated to keep on making content like this. And you know what? Attempting to get these trucks back on the road. So cheers. I'm so glad you stopped by, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh, what the heck did I just buy?